Welcome to the Mayor's Show, and today, as always, we have some very important information. We're going to be talking about a Bensalem community cat project. I know it's something that's near and dear to a lot of people in town, a lot of problems that we have, so we're looking for solutions. So today, we have some folks with us here. They're from the Rescue Purrfect Corporation and the Bridge Clinic Corporation, and they're here in Bensalem up on Route 1, and you'll get all that information. To my right, we have Michele Miller, who is director of it. Michele, welcome today to the
Thank you so much.
to the program. And to my left, we have Elizabeth McCullough, who is she's a grant manager, but also a volunteer, yes. Which is very important to the project, which they have many volunteers. I want to talk about how this operates, this company. They're nonprofits. They do this at no cost to the township. We are working on an ordinance in Bensalem Township to meet the specifications to try to help this along, because it's a big problem in a lot of different areas. So I'm going to start you off. Michele, you can tell us, since you have the most experience in this. I've talked to you many times. And tell us what we're trying to accomplish and how and what you have accomplished.
We've worked on various projects already, and we have accomplished as far as going in where cats are a nuisance and basically taking all those animals, performing spay and neuters, vaccinating them. The ones that are unhealthy, we're giving them wellness, we're medicating them. Unfortunately, the ones that are sickly, we're humanely euthanizing them. What we do is the ones that we're able to find homes for, we will put them in our adoption center, work with other various groups to get them homed or placed somewhere, either a barn home, which is really good if we can find barn homes to place them. And it cuts down what we have to actually put back. Putting animals back is a good thing because it doesn't reaccumulate themselves.
I think I had to interrupt you. When you say putting them back, you take them out of a colony, and then you do all the treatments you talked about, all the things, finding homes, all of those things, and then we're at that point now where you put them back into the environment they were in.
We don't put them all back, but the ones that are healthy and deemed, we call them neighborhood feral, where they're not friendly, but they are not a problem for the community. They kind of maintain a place card that no other animals will come into that environment. It will be just the set amount. We basically also microchip them, and the reason why for microchipping for tracking purposes. And any other new ones come in, we will pull them out right away because we already have a count. If we basically go in, even on a homeowner that has too many populated of animals outside, we'll go in, we will take what we can take out, put 5 or 6 back, and they're kind of place cards. So if the neighborhood or the neighbors or the community says, hey, there's 3 more cats there, they'll call us up, we'll go back in, we'll take them out. If these animals are deemed friendly, we will find placement for them and we won't put them back. So the ones that can't be found homes, as far as barn homes, adoptions, we put them back, whatever the number is, but we try to—
After treatment.
Exactly, after treatment. But they become a place card, and we try not to grow that place card at all. We keep it as just the numbers being X, whatever it is. And we monitor them, and that's what we're doing. It's called the Plus program. A lot of these groups come in and they do a TNR project, and they basically fix everything and then they put them back, and nobody maintains afterwards. So what we're known to do is that we maintain afterwards. We establish a colony feeder, we establish safe places for these animals to go, and we make sure that the colony feeder complies to this. And when they get out of hand, we go in and say, okay, it's not what you're supposed to do, it's not what you agreed on. We have them sign something in the beginning. I'm backtracking a little bit. We have them sign something so they know and understand what they're supposed to do. And if they don't comply with it, then they break a contract between them and us.
Why don't you tell me a little bit? Well, hold on a minute. I want to come over to Elizabeth because I know volunteers, how important they are, and that you're writing grants. and I think we just got a grant, hopefully soon.
Yes, we
through
were
Ben
just
Salem.
received a life-saving impact grant from Petco. So we're working right now with yourself and other officials from the township to figure out how best we're going to manage it, because we are dedicating all of that money to Ben Salem to help out with your community cat problem, so that we can clean up those nuisance calls that you're getting from the cats that are outside. We clean up the trash, and I want to just add on to what Michelle said, is it's also, we take care of the environment. A lot of times you have people that are feeding the cats and they're so afraid of getting caught, or that they'll just leave all their trash there. When we have a set feeder, there's stations, there's water bowls, they have to clean the area. So the only thing that's left is the food that they put in those bowls, not cans, plastic bags, towels. You'll find
Who is that feeder? Do you
the feeder
designate it?
will designate, and then
So
we make
somebody will
sure
actually, where that colony or the number of cats are,
there's
is
someone
actually someone there at a,
going to be responsible for every day checking to make sure that the cats aren't sick, that there's not new cats, that the area is being cleaned, so that there's not other people coming in and dumping.
now, a crazy question.
Sure.
How do you know there's new cats?
When you release a cat out and they've been trapped, neutered or spayed, they get an ear tip. So any cat that comes into the area would not have that ear tipped. If they were someone's house pet that decided to just, they saw a couple cats, they said, oh, let me put that cat there, rather than taking it to a shelter, which is often how this problem happens.
Okay, why don't you give us some history of what you've been doing? I know you have a record of working in colonies, large colonies. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we were part of the Core Creek project, and national groups and local groups came in. There was over 500 animals at Core Creek. The animals were reproducing. The health and safety for the environment, for the people and the animals, was horrendous over there. So we worked with the officials over there. It was wonderful. The commissioner was involved. Everybody was involved, and everybody worked as a team and a group. So we trapped all the animals. We spayed or neutered them. We vaccinated them. We deemed them either healthy, or if they needed, any kind of medical attention, we gave it to them. And then once they recovered the allotted days, we went through what animals were safe to come with us and to be adopted, because these animals didn't just appear there. The animals started as a dump. So a lot of the animals were friendly. So out of the 500 animals, 300 of them found homes, barn homes, various, other groups took them. It was amazing of how many rescue groups came in and actually, stepped to the plate and
Now,
said,
how's that working out?
it's working out great, because there's 200 animals left at the park. It's been, I think we're going into our second year. There was a horrendous amount of newborns before we started. We had 3 litters, and in 200 animals, 3 litters is unthinkable, because they're all fixed. There's no health issues. The community's happy with us, because the park has redeemed back to what it was supposed to be for use of the individuals. All the groups that go in there, as far as there's the people that watch the birds and the animals. Everybody's excited because it looks like a park again. We set up, as far as stations for feeding. We set up safe habitats over there that the people can't see. It's just for the animals. We posted our signs on there. If you see anything, you see anybody dumping, please contact us. And those litters, we found that people have dumped. We have cameras in the park that we will see who's dumping. We're really monitoring it, and we have people going in 7 days a week feeding them. So they know they're animals. They'll call me and they'll be like, Michelle, there's another dump over here, and we went in. We just took out 2 more, and we of course got the kittens out of there.
Now, I know it takes a lot of money to do these things. I know grants or whatever, and I know volunteers certainly is a big part of it. So that must be a struggle. That part must be a struggle.
It's been, as the Italians say, touch wood, it's been really good. People have donated food, generously donated food. Companies have generously donated food. My volunteers are fantastic. They go in 7 days a week. rain, sleet, shine, the whole 9 yards. We had a pretty, crazy winter, and they went in there. The park was closed. We got the rangers working with us to open up the park, to let us go in and feed them. They're just wonderful. They change. We have the habitats that we change out the hay in, once a year, so that the animals have fresh, hay in there, fresh bedding. We work as a group, and we've done, I was speaking to you prior to being on camera, we did a local neighbor's house, and the neighbors were up in arms. They were furiated with the impact that this one home was creating on their neighborhood. So we went in there, of course they were up in arms, the neighbors, and they just wanted them all the animals to go. And that's not the reality of things. I wish there was a magical place that we can put all these animals at, but they were created from somewhere. So what we promised the neighbors were we were going to go in, trap, neuter, and release the ones that we had to release. We would take out as many as we possibly can, and that's what my commitment is to people. We take out as many as we can, and we supply food to this woman, and she has areas that we cleaned up that are housing, and the neighbors now love us. They call us, they tell us when there's an issue. People that are like avid dog lovers or no animals lovers at all, they want to help.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to that
Yeah.
here. And get back to you, Elizabeth. There is a grant
Yes.
that Ben Salem put in with
Yes,
with
and
the Bridge
we
Clinic.
thank you very much
and
for.
that's coming through.
Yep.
So hopefully, we're in the middle of August now. By the end of August, 1st of September, that grant will be awarded, and we can start operating here in Ben Salem, because
Yes.
as we speak, we do have problems. There's no question about
Yeah.
it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we are.
I think it's going to, take hold and
Yeah.
hopefully make the people understand what you're trying to do. It's a little bit different. It's not taking cats away and ridding of all the cats. It's actually going in there and catching the cats, neutering them, and making sure they're healthy, whatever. And they put chips in them, if I'm right.
Yep.
And they put certain amount of the cats back that they don't find a home for, or whatever.
Yes.
And in essence, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
We want to
Okay.
clean up the area.
And they clean up the area, and the part that you have a feeder or someone that goes there every day.
You have someone managing it. So
Somebody
there's
will be
someone there
managing that
looking
every
at
day.
it.
And they can tell if new cats come into that colony, because they won't have the chip or whatever you do
Ear
there.
tip.
So in essence, just trying to make a synopsis of what they're accomplishing here. I want to ask you a question. If somebody wants to help into this, I know you have volunteers. Is there room for?
Oh, we
Always.
love volunteers. We love donations. Anything that you can provide, we'll take. And we love to think outside of the box with ideas, too. So you can contact us. I think our contact information will be in at the end, and we'll get you set up. When we need volunteers for feeding, if you want to learn how to do trapping, we need volunteers to just play with the kittens at our adoption center and help caretake for them.
In order for this project to work, it has to be a community involvement. So the neighbors that are being impacted, our greatest success is with the neighbors that are being impacted. Whatever they can do, if they don't have the time, they have the eyes, they come home, they see something, contact us. We're there to maintain, but we need community support. Without the community support, we're not successful.
Well, I read a lot of your emails and things go back and forth, and one of them in there certainly is that you have partners in this. I know the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yep,
there's
we've-
others. You might
yeah.
want to touch
We've had the
on that.
Boy Scouts building our shelters, the Girl Scouts, different troops come in, and various activities all the time. Our manager is great with setting them up. One time they did fishing poles for toys. They've baked dog treats that we give out to our clients, because we also run a low-cost clinic. So we also service dogs to the clinic. So they'll do stuff for the dogs so that they get a little treat when they leave. We just, we think outside the box.
Yeah, we have the colleges that are involved. We did a project with Holy Family. We anything, you know, like various groups come to us and they say, you know, they had to do the habitats. Each school, your high school, we do. What are the kids that come in and help?
The intermediate units sometimes, because a lot of high schools need to have community service hours. So a lot of the local high schools send their students. We've signed up for a couple of different programs
Yeah,
so that we could be approved to.
Yeah, we're
they could
approved
come
with
to
the
us.
high schools for the kids to come in. They all have to do community service for their graduation projects. A lot of the schools do it with us. We have the step-up programs that we do with the kids that are the special needs children. We love working with them. It's fantastic. We're completely approved with Council Rock, is it, Elizabeth?
Council Rock. I
Yeah,
think
and Ben Sound we're
and-
approved with too. We do the people that need to have community hours that are court appointed. We work with them. So we, again, group effort. It makes us successful.
Well, I always say teams win.
Yeah,
It takes
And
yeah.
don't forget the
team
reading to
effort.
cats.
Oh, yeah, we do a
occasionally
reading.
we do a reading. We're trying to get it a monthly thing, but sometimes we need certain volunteers where the community can bring their children in, read to cats. So it's promoting, just like the reading to dog programs you often see, but it's the same thing with reading to cats. And then they play with the kitten and they can draw a picture, write a story, and try to say, this is why you need to adopt this cat.
Let me try to make it simple for me to understand and hopefully everybody out there. We have a colony that you know that has to be taken care of and
Yes.
you have to go in there. So you go in and you capture, correct?
Mhm.
That's first step. Now, do you take them to veterinarians? Do you
Well,
take
that's our
them-
clinic.
Oh, your clinic is a veterinarian?
Yeah, we are.
Up on Old Lincoln Highway? Okay, so actually everything's done there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's done right here. I wasn't even sure of that.
One-stop shopping.
Yeah.
We bring them in, we can fix them, and we can adopt them out too. And return them.
Okay, now this is a nonprofit, so you're doing all this.
Yeah,
bringing
we have 3 full-time. We have 3 vets that are
Wow.
employed, and they're fabulous. They're trained in production spay and neuter, safe, healthy production spay and neuter. They've been doing it for years. We are doing once a month dogs because, again, dogs are just as much as, they're not as much as a problem as having cats, but dogs getting them fixed, stopping the reproduction of them, we're low cost on that. We do a rabies clinic, which is mandatory. The warden comes out and makes sure that every animal has been rabied. So we do a rabies clinic that's low cost. It's just for the cost of the rabies. We do a microchip clinic. We do a nail clinic. So we're doing all that at low
Now-
cost
For the public.
for the
Now,
public.
we're
Yeah.
explaining all this, and it gets clearer to me.
Thank you.
I've talked to you many times,
Yeah.
not our first time, but it becomes clear. Now, some people out there right now, they have a cat, okay, at their home, and they hear that you have this clinic. Is it feasible that they could come up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We do. It's probably each Tuesday. Every Tuesday we do a spay and neuter clinic, and
What does that mean?
it's basically
That's when
it's
you
open
do
to the
it?
public. Yes, and that's when our surgeries are. We're physically closed on Tuesday for visiting the cats or any other wellness appointments. But Tuesday
But
you'll
there has to be a cost. I mean, you can't do everybody's cat.
well, again, if they fall under the Ben Sound, what we're going to be proposing on the Ben Sound, it's
Under the
free.
grant.
Under the grant, it's free.
Let me stop you now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you heard that. That grant hasn't been put into effect yet. We expect it. It's been granted. Tell them we expect it.
Probably by the end of August, we should receive the money. It just depends on when we get the check from Petco, which is really out of our control.
And it's from PECO, which is
And we're really
great story.
designating it to the community cats and not really individual cats, but we do offer low-cost spay and neuter for anyone, for the public and anyone, and it's so much cheaper than going to your vet. We also do wellness clinics, and that just, if you wanted to bring your cat in to be just looked at on an annual basis for preventative care, that is open to the public, and I would say it's a half to a third of what you would cost to go to a regular
Well,
vet.
my charge is the colonies, because we do have vets. You can take your cat, your dog to a vet. I mean, unless you just don't have the money or something. But that's something that goes on every day. But the colonies and
And that's
the,
why we want the grant.
Well, Mayor, what we're actually doing, we're launching, and I meant to tell you this, and this is a great platform to do this. We're launching, it's this $25 saving. If you are in our local apartments in Ben Salem Township, we're basically offering you $50 to get your animal fixed, your cat fixed. And that will include a rabies, a distemper, the cost of fixing, of course, and also it's an antibiotic that's included in that. We cut their nails, we clean their ears, we deem them healthy.
and I try to make this clear because I'm not trying to take jobs away from vets. I want you to understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. This
Absolutely
is,
not.
No, this is for people that have a pet that
And
are
somebody
financially
that's in an
strapped.
apartment
can't.
that's not going to take care of the pet, and God forbid we don't know what diseases, what things happen, they
Yeah.
spread. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, and that's what we're launching.
Yes.
If
That's
you're
actually
in-
September 1st.
We all go through economic hardships, and that's a lot of reasons why people surrender their cats to shelter. Our wellness clinics and our spay-neuter clinics are to help you. If you're going through a little tough time, but you want to keep your cat or dog, you can come to us, and you can get the services you need.
And what I
reduced
see in
cost.
that picture, that if someone in an apartment has a cat and now they're having all these problems, all of a sudden they drop it off at some colony.
And that's how most of the animals end up that
You're
way.
right. That's a lot of the callings we're doing. You're absolutely right, Mayor.
That's not a good thing.
No, and that's why
not a
we're
good thing.
launching the program September 1st.
Well, anything, well, I'll give you the last word. Anything next to the last word,
I'm going to
Elizabeth?
give her the last word.
You're next to the last
I
word.
want to thank you for having us on the show, and just thank you for your cooperation to agree to meet with us and have these discussions, because it really, without your support, we couldn't do the work that we do.
It's something that's a problem out there. I don't know how many folks know about it out there. You may have it in your neighborhood. We have several areas that we're trying desperately to get under control. So with the Bridge Clinic, and hopefully this is a way of getting things started where we can get into these colonies.
Yeah.
Because your veterinarians can't do that. They can't go into a colony and do all that. They just can't. I mean, it's going to take volunteers and
Yeah.
people to get it done.
Well, it's also affordable wellness and spay and neuter.
Yeah.
You can have both for your dog or cat, and that's what we're here for. And just, I have to say the same thing as Elizabeth's saying. If it wasn't for you working with us, this would not be happening for
Nope.
the township. So know that.
Well, the other thing is we have our council's working on an ordinance
yeah.
Yes.
to try helping along these lines, how we're going to actually have a law that says what you do. And,
Yeah.
and they're working on that as we speak.
And it's fabulous.
And
Yeah.
so we're working, and there are communities that have it. I think Warminster has it.
Warminster's already in place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Middletown Township is where, this is just local. I'm sure, I don't even have the
Oh,
data
yeah, I'm
for.
sure I have.
Yeah, it's around, and it's been working in other townships, whether it's Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or other states. But I can just tell you here, Warminster already has it adopted, and Middletown's in the works, and we're in the works, so I'm really excited about that. It takes a team,
Oh,
just like you said.
teams
It's a
win,
team.
no question.
Yeah.
Now, any problems you have, or you listen to us and it's not clear, the Bridge Clinic and Rescue Purrfect, it's up there. Their address is there. Their email will be on there. Their telephone number I'm looking as we speak to, 215-639-3333. Now, don't call the taxi company on that one. I know there's a taxi company. that has
It's
a lot of
very
di-
similar.
Don't call them and say you want to know what to do about cats.
You don't want crazy cat ladies
Yeah.
driving you around.
But
That's for sure.
I thank you so much. We get some information out there. I do expect you to call and ask the Bridge Clinic all kind of questions. They're there to answer for you and make sure that we here in Ben Salem again, trying to be on a cutting edge and try to help
Yeah.
people. It's a big problem. So I thank you for being here,
Thank you
Michelle.
so much.
Elizabeth,
Thank you.
good to have you here. Until next time, everybody, God bless.